Yo, JD here, Tyrell Limus, and as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about a couple of things really, but the first thing of all is that the toughest guy right now to beat on this game is this man right here, Veloce Surprise. He is just on raw pace, especially on one lap pace, and just the outright raw pace. This guy, now I've raced with him for a long time. It's taken him a while to get to this kind of level. I think fair to say, I'm sure he doesn't mind me saying, is when he only switched to the wheel was when he really got to this kind of level. But when there's a controller, it took him a little time to get fairly decent. But yeah, this guy is, I can't wait to see what he can do in esports in future. And I will be showing just a little practice session that we did together of just how insanely hard it is to keep up with this guy. But I also want to touch on, and the question I've been getting quite a lot after my league race stream that I did on Friday night in Inside Line Racing League, is that I've switched back to the Thrustmaster from the Fanatec. And honestly, the real reason for that is just I just feel so much more comfortable. I know Fanatec is a great wheel, it's an amazing company, and the direct drive wheel itself, it looks absolutely awesome. But no matter what I change on the settings and everything, I just feel, personally, I feel it's not really suited to this game. I just can't get any somewhat of a feeling whatsoever of it. And I persisted with it for over a month and did quite well in a few races. I've gotten a couple of second places or a few podiums of it, but I just never felt comfortable at all. And going back to the Thrustmaster, I can tell you straight away, this is my first session I did back with it. This was on Friday afternoon or Friday evening. I felt so much more comfortable, and once I get up to the full speed again, I can't wait to see what we could do races here. But starting this little practice session with Surprise Langman, quite a few others in here as well, getting a decent start. And this video here, I like doing videos where I kind of shout out people and really give credit to people, and I really do enjoy doing these kind of videos. And you may think that's a little bit strange because it's not maybe necessarily me who's doing well, it might be someone else who's doing well, but I like giving credit where credit's due, and hopefully this can show you something, help you learn something as well from my own driving, and just giving you an insight of what it takes really to be at the absolute peak level on F1 2019 and for future F1 games as well. But you can see, going through here now, trying to stay with Surprise quite nice. You've got quite a bit of fuel in the car, so I always like to practice not under fueling in the car, because I know a lot of people do that. I don't know if he's doing that, but I always like to practice like I would be going into a race. You can see using the high ERS mix as well, so not going to hot lap or anything at all, putting it down to none going through here, and you can see already just how much pace he's got through these corners. And I think he's got more downforce than me, because in a straight line I seem to be fairly quick. But as I said, this was literally my first hour back on this wheel, and I just, with the Thrustmaster, I just feel I just have so much more just feedback. I don't know if this wheel is just more suited to the game, but even the pedals as well. The pedals, I've only got the normal T3PA plastic pedals, but they just feel great to me. They may not have the load cell stiffness, but I just feel personally I can just be so much more consistent, and that's really what I want the message to get across as well. It's all about your personal preference. Just because someone has £1,000 wheel, £5,000 wheel, or insane pedals which are more expensive than you, doesn't mean they're going to be quicker or it's necessarily better. It's all about perspective and what is suited to you at the end of the day. But moving back to this, you can see already he is, we've dropped the guys behind as well, so it's not like I'm going slowly or anything at all. It's just this guy is just relentless, is just raw pace. When he's got nothing in front of him, I think he is the hardest man to beat on the Xbox, at least, if not very, very near the top of the list for the game itself. And as I said, I'm looking forward to what he can do in esports next year. But going through here now, seems I'm gaining a little bit more time back in him, but at this point I was really happy with this. I was just happy just getting back in the swing of it, and you can see definitely gained a little bit of time here. So my goal here now, if I was in a league racing situation, is just to stay in this DRS. You can see we've pulled away another 6/10 from the guys behind. You can see this pace is just outrageous. Just trying to stay roughly clean on track, which it's quite easy to get a track limit going through here. Put in low and no ERS going through here just gives you much much better traction, and the setup here feels very, very nice. I think with another week or so on this wheel, I think I could probably gain maybe another 10th or 10th and a half a lap and just get to the outright limit. But I was very, very happy with this, and now this is the lap that I need to try and stay in his DRS. We've seen it in a lot of league races on this game where he just literally just drops people at the start of the game itself. So if I can stay with him, I'd be really, really happy with that. Going to hot lap now, I know I have to start using the ERS. Got a fairly decent amount of it left. Put it into high because it's no real benefit if you're going through the DRS. You don't need to leave it in hot lap really. You can see that, look at the time, we are just pulling away. We're just leaving the guys behind for absolute dead at this moment. And this is just, no, I really enjoy these kind of battles because you just don't know how much ERS, don't know how much fuel the other guy is using. It is just literally just driving to the absolute max, not worrying about penalties or anything. I don't think we've even got a warning or anything at this point at all. Leave it in no ERS again, because as I said, I want to treat this as if I'm doing a real league race. I don't want to just underfuel the car by 2 laps and just go in hot lap every single time. It's there's no real benefit to that, because to be honest, if you do that, when it comes to the race, you're kind of doing yourself not any favours, because you're not going to be practicing for the actual realistic conditions. And going through here into now, let's see, going through this last chicane, we're going to try and just about stay with him here. We had the purple first sector, that's because we had the DRS. He goes across the line, he does a 29.6, we do a 29.7, so we're only about a 10th off of something at all. Going for this sector 1, we're going to try and stay with him, but we're running out of ERS. It's just, as I said, it's just ruthless going through here. I think I get a slightly better line going through here. Sometimes you can use first gear just to get the extra rotation. You can see just the gap, we'll be able to see what it was. I think at this point last lap it was like 2.3 seconds and we've lost DRS now. So, you know, you could tell by this driving that you're going to have to be driving insanely fast. You can see what the gap is now, 2.8 seconds. So they've lost another half a second behind. So, as I said, I didn't feel I was driving badly or anything at all. It's just those tiny details in your driving and just being on the throttle that much earlier, that slightly different line, just those tiny details when you are fully 100% comfortable. As you can see, now we're exceeding some track limits. Those details are what makes the outright difference completely to one. Going through here, love this sequence of corners. The setup, as I said, feels absolutely amazing. If I could get right up behind him, I think I could stay right with him, but you just can't afford to let people just get out of your DRS zone. See, running out of ERS now, so very, very important that you stay in the DRS. But hopefully this gave you an insight of what some good laps of Silverstone actually look like as well, and a brief explanation about the Fanatec Thrustmaster situation. As always, thank you so much for supporting me, and I will catch you soon. Peace.